Hello everyone, I'm back again, back-to-back streams for me. As a 175, got coverage here from the WERC tournament between F1ABEEZ and Ace Racing. So yeah, we are in a qualifying session now. I believe it's short quali for this tournament. Unfortunately, I don't have the format. But yeah, we are just waiting for the first driver to exit the pits. Oh, there we go, we have someone leaving now. It's intermediates for Jezzy 1205. Trying to burn some fuel as he goes around this lap. As you see, Jezzy now coming around the final few corners. It's one big long right sweeping hander on a slight bank onto the straight now, and he starts his lap now. Slight problem there for Jezzy. Lost a lot of speed in all. Yes, he's struggling a little bit out in those conditions. We'll have a look at what Slazenger A Volvo can do, because he has already caught up to Jezzy, who I think might have pulled out of this lap for now. Well, Jezzy has now actually gained some time. On Slazenger Volvo. It's not an awful lot, but it is a little bit. We have yellows. It was a W turn 3R, just having a little bit of trouble there. As we now see Jezzy come across the line, what's he going to get? A 126.795. Moving now to Slazenger Volvo, and he has lost a lot of time there. Good time from Jezzy there. Slazenger gets a 132.290. Must have lost a lot of time somewhere along that lap. As you see Rippin now, who has invalidated his first lap, he will look to get a new lap in now. Who's next across the line? Is it F1ABEEZ? No, it's not. It's someone else. It's Joe Pilkey. Joe Pilkey sets a 125.2. He is now, of course, on his in lap. Josh Gilly sets a 125.4, so goes up to P2. F1ABEEZ sets a 125.735. Bijavan Liuwen sets a 126.283. Puts us our fourth fastest, which knocks Jezzy and Slazenger down to P6 and 7. Hopes goes second fastest with a 125.382. Round about, what is that in there? I can't see, unfortunately. That's annoying. There we go. No, still couldn't see. It's around about a tenth in that. Maybe about 900th of a second in that between Hypes and Joe Pilkey there. Who have we got coming across the line? German comes. No, he's sorry. He is in P12. He's on his outlap now. Slanger A Volvo goes fastest with 124.880. So that's very quick from Slanger A Volvo. And we have Rippin 1 with a 125.045. Puts himself P2. So the 6 drivers from F1ABEEZ is Ripping, Hypes, Off-Westy, BJ Van Leeuwen, Earth Tripod. I've lost count now at this point. So Earth Tripod, BJ Van Leeuwen, I believe Jezzy, Hypes, Off-Westy and Ripping. I'm not sure on Joe's. I think Joe is with us right now. I've sort of put myself on the spot here, to be honest, but we'll have a quick look. No, sorry, I did tell a lie. So the lineup is BJ Van Leeuwen. I've had a bit of a howler here, I'm gonna be honest. Because that's the old lineup. Anyway, we'll get back to the racing. I'm sure we all know who we're rooting for here. I think I've got maybe 5 out of the 6 drivers for F1ABEEZ there. There's one that I'm not too sure on, which is Joe Pilkey. I'm pretty sure he is one of ours. And then theirs is Jack iMac, W Turn 3R. The Ripping goes fastest at a 124.763. Very good from the guy in the McLaren today. Of course, we are at Portimao. I never mentioned that at the beginning of the stream. Portimao. As you can see, it's slowly starting to dry up now, so we might see some drivers coming out on some softer compounds. Yes, Josh. Josh is going to come out on the softs by the look of it. So that is very, very good for him. He looks to hopefully go as fast as he can on those softs to get him as high as he can on the grid. He is the first one to go to the softs by the look of things. Wow, he's the first one to select it in the menu. So far he is the only one in the pit lane that has thought of that so far. Slaz has actually gone on to a new set of intermediates. As we get some laps coming in now, Rippin is still fastest with a well, he is now fastest with a 124.7. As we see the AlphaTauri of Jack iMac coming across the line. But he has invalidated that one and also this lap as well. As we see, Josh and Joe are now on soft tyres. Slaz goes, stays in P2 currently. He's around about, what is that? I can't see because unfortunately he's around about 1.7 hundredths of a second off of Ripping in P1. Currently Ripping is faster than Slaz by a very, very small margin. Off-Westy, there seems to be a big problem at Mercedes here. Both cars are in, Hypes and Earth. Right, now what we're saying, is there anyone coming out on the soft tyre? No, I think they're going to wait until the very, very last minute and come out when the track is as dry as it possibly can, with all these runners, of course, running the intermediate, which is, of course, removing that water off of the track. So the softs will then benefit later on after that water has been removed. Of course, if you do go off the racing line there, it will still be a little bit on the slippy side. so you have to got to be careful about that. Oh, there we go, see? If you heard a can, it was not alcohol, unfortunately. I have work tomorrow, so it is a Red Bull for the time being. WERC German is out now. I think this might be this looks to me like a fast lap actually. So he's coming out now round into the DRS detection zone there in that circle on the map. It's going to be a 1:27.002. So apparently he is going to stay P2. Sorry, stay P4 should I say. Got the two hash drivers confused there. I do apologise. As we see, we have Jack iMac coming round now as well. Just gone past that. He's on the lowest fuel he could possibly be, but he's going to come into the pit lane. That looked quite fast actually from him there. He slowed down an awful lot. I don't know why he's decided to come in. I think maybe he's coming in to make sure he gets a set of softs on before he runs out of time maybe. I think that might be what it is. German is still out. DRS has been enabled, so there you go. That just proves that it's dry enough for the soft compounded tyre now. But WERC German is still on the intermediates. He's about 2/3 of the lap completed. He's a 10th up on his previous time. So he won't be improving unless he can drastically gain something out of these last few corners. I think he might be going to look to come into the pit lane and get some softs on before he runs out of time to do so. We might have a bit of time where there won't be any drivers on the track, which is always interesting as a commentator because you've literally got nothing to commentate on. Oh no, we're getting someone coming out now, which is always good. What colour car is that? I can't even see. Is it a Red Bull? It looks dark. Maybe it's a... No, it is a Mercedes. It's a dark looking Mercedes. So it's Earth Tripod. There we go. Maybe we had to see how the soft compounded tyre can compete. If there's going to be enough grip. Oh dear, and that was a spin from Earth Tripod, so that maybe just proves that it's maybe a little bit early. This is of course an outlap for Earth Tripod, so it doesn't really matter too much that he spun there. But yeah, it looks a little bit drier. This is where we'll find out if it's dry enough, if he can keep it straight there, which he sort of did, but he lost a lot of time. Excuse me. He lost a little bit of time, but now that he's flat out round these corners pretty much in around 7th gear there. Looks to me like it's dry enough now. Down into turn 1 then for Earth Tripod. Very nice through there. The McLaren of Beijvalin. I really need to work out. I need to get someone to tell me his name so I can just remember what it is. Because then I won't have to butcher his name every time I commentate on a race that he's done. Currently Earth Tripod looking a little bit shaky coming now at that little turn up the hill there. He's a lot quicker on those softs, that's for sure. Everyone is on the soft still except from Jesse and Ripping. I guess they're going to look to come out late, maybe. I guess a lap is only, what is it, 120, something like that, around Portimao. So they got until then to come out. But two more are coming out, a Haas and a AlphaTauri, and we see a 119.6 for Earth Tripod. So he goes for P1 for now. As we see, oh, he's just starting his lap. Sorry, I do apologise on that one. That was the AlphaTauri slowing down there to let him go. What is that? We are currently looking at Jack there, who was letting the F1ABEEZ guy Joe. Everyone is coming out now. Absolutely everyone is coming out, which means there is going to be a lot of traffic coming to the line. I don't know if there's going to be any blocking here. Could be an interesting one. Hopefully not, of course. We don't want to see that. Like we did in, I think, Imola, I believe, when in real life, when everyone was trying to get to the line before the end of quali, and no one managed to get there. Everyone failed to get there. They had a big problem there in Imola that time. I remember that. But B. Javan is going to get caught up in... Oh no, he's not going to get caught up in traffic. That is very lucky, because if he was at the back, I thought that was the other McLaren there. But luckily that's ripping. So they are... Luckily he's got free reign currently. But the DRS might be a massive, massive boost. Earth Tripod goes fastest once again at 118.0, so he goes about a second faster than his previous time. 1.6 seconds faster than his previous time, so that's brilliant from him. As we see B. Javan Llewellyn, Lee Yuen, I reckon that's right. 118.1 from him, so he's around about 1.6 tenths off of Earth Tripod, but of course Earth Tripod did have an extra lap, of course, so are they going to get round here? I hope so. Warming up his tyres is ripping to make sure he has enough heat into those tyres. I think B. Javan, no, maybe the Mercedes has run out of fuel? No, there's a lot of, I think it might be B. Javan maybe, but everyone is across the line before the end of qualifying, so they will all get laps in. So we will go to what I believe is Hypes. No, it's not Hypes. We won't go to Earth Tripod again. There's a AlphaTauri blocking off Westy here. But I think these are both F1ABEEZ drivers, so hopefully they don't get any. Oh dear. Okay, and that's Jesse spun there, so we're going to go to off Westy. Bijaman goes P1 with a 117.2, a very nice lap from him. He will stay there, so he gets provisional pole for now until the next set of laps come in. Westy runs a little bit wide there, lost it a little bit there, I think. There's a Mercedes of Hypes. No, it wasn't Hypes, sorry. It was Earth Tripod. They are both now finished. Slaz goes fastest 116.6 for Slaz. German then goes faster 116.4. Of course, this is going to be the fastest this track will be in qualifying. Off West, he can only manage P4. Hypes goes P3 with a 116.8. Joe Pilkey goes P3 with a 116.6. W Turn 3R goes P3. P1 goes to Josh Gilly. And P1 then goes to Ripping 1, who gets a 116.2. And the last person on a lap is Jezzy, but he pulls into the pits. So currently, on pole is Ripping. Ripping 1 on pole. So that is the final lineup for the grid then. Right, so here we go then. It is a dry race. Is there a 5 minute pause? No, we are starting in 30 seconds. We are starting. I thought there might have been a 5 minute break, but it looks like we're going to be going now. So, oh, it's starting again. Here we go. I don't know if this is a formation lap. I don't think it is. Waiting for players still. It's lights out and away we go. I think this is the race. So, Rippin gets a poor start down into P5. Slaz gets the inside line there. They're all the way cleanly though into turn 1. A lot of contact, I think. I can hear that. 33 laps then. A Portimao face us now. Sometimes there's breaks in these tournaments before races, in between races and qualifying, for instance. As you see, a nice move there from Rippin on Slaz and Jerry Volvo. Oh, and Joe! Oh, Joe, I thought you lost it then, but it was a bit of a connection issue there. I thought you lost it, but no, you had not. When Hypes has spun, oh dear, and there's a big crash, big crash. 3 cars involved there. Hypes and Westy come off the worst. Westy has lost a bit of his rear wing. I don't know quite who was at fault though. Jesse gets past F tripod. Air tripod goes for the move. Gets the move done. Of course, DRS will not be enabled to the end of this lap. Hopes is off into the gravel. I don't think it was quite right there. There was no formation lap and there was no break either. So I don't know quite what happened there in terms of the lobby setup, but something wasn't quite right. So I do not know. Of course, now Hypes and Westy are right at the back, having to fight from the back. Westy on mediums, Hypes is still on the softs. DRS has now been enabled. As you see, German and Josh in P1 and 2. Not a lot of gap between Rippin and W turn 3R right now. 3 laps in now. Currently Ripping is gaining on turn 3R, of course. With DRS, this should be a nice, easy move for Ripping now on W turn 3R. Great move by the McLaren driver there. He's now looking to try and catch up with a German, who is currently in P2, getting held up maybe a little bit by P1. Maybe that's not releasing his speed there as much as he would hope. Ooh, and German runs wide there. Maybe he was trying to go for a move and Josh did not let him do that. And now he's under pressure from Ripping now. Oh, German left the session. German's left, so is there going to be a restart or not? I do not know. And German has left. He's the only one to have left though. German's AI is now being overtaken by almost everyone. Slaz is overtaken him there. Oh, German is now joined back. He must have a bit of connection issues there. Harvey has left the session. That is the engineer of F1ABEEZ. Oh, he's back. Harvey is back. I've not got any intervals, unfortunately. Oh, here we go. Wesley is still 23 seconds behind. Ripping and Earth Tripod and Vijavan actually are all in a 3 right now. To be honest, I won't be surprised if so currently Joe is trying to hunt down Slaz in P3. Of course, Slaz has gained a few. Sorry, that was German that had lost a few positions after his incident with his connection, but he is back up with P4 now, hunting them down. Oh, and Joe, I think that's connection related as well. There's a big problem with connection here, I think. Everyone seems to be struggling with it. There is a yellow in sector 1 and it's Earth Tripod, I believe. So currently P3 is Slaz, who he's trying to chase down I guess that's Turner, W Turner there in P2. German is all over the back of Pilkey. Go for the move down the inside. There's a much poorer exit than he would have hoped. But German gets the DRS and he's now all over the back of Pilkey. He's very, very close here. Looks at the move into turn 1. Pilkey stays ahead though. He used a lot of ERS though. Now dive from German. Joe gets the switch back. Very nice indeed from Joe. And Joe also has DRS somehow. I don't know how, but he has. German gets the... no, he doesn't. Joe is still technically just ahead. And Joe will also have the inside line in the next corner as well. Currently Joe's still battling with German. Currently on lap 10 right now. Those softs will slowly be starting to wear out. Oh, sorry, I just dropped a spoon on the floor there. Ripping has done very well to catch back up with his teammate Joe. Hopes gets a 3 second for multiple warnings. Hopes is on the soft still, so he is yet to box. I don't know if Rippin has lost connection here. I'm not too sure. He has ghosted. Oh, he's not ghosted anymore. Him and Joe are battling. I don't know what's going on there. Yeah, Rippin's struggling with connection, I think. And now we see Joe coming into the pits. Van has gone on to a set of mediums now. That should do him to the end of the race if he manages those tyres well. Looking at maybe an undercut, and so is Joe. German is very, very close with Slaz and Turner. Turner maybe slowing up the two Hasses here. From what I've seen, the Hasses are a lot faster than that Red Bull car. Maybe there's some in-team tactics going on there. Have a look at some tyre changes now. Westia made his stop 9 laps ago after that initial damage. He is on the mediums now, so he might have to go into a new set of softs. Slaz now comes into the pits on now just 11 lap old softs there, but as he crosses the line it turns to 12. Of course he has a long old wait down to the pit box. Go. Slaz is out, he's in P8. Earth Tripod does actually get ahead there, but he's on the older and hang on a minute, Joe is very, very close to Slaz here. Oh, Joe, yeah, he's still on the track, and Slaz must have lost a lot of time there to Joe, because I don't think Joe was anywhere near Slaz in P4, I don't think. I might be wrong, but anyway, Slaz has definitely lost some time, because the undercut almost worked and almost gave Slaz the almost gave Joe the opportunity to overtake Slaz. But Joe didn't get a great exit there. As you see, Bijavan actually trying to catch up with these two as well now. Hope's up into P7 after not stopping. Everyone else behind him has stopped, other than Earth Tripod, who is not far behind Hopes though. German is still trying to keep up with Turner there, as Rippin comes into the pits as well. The McLaren driver will slot in just behind that Red Bull there in the box. Yeah, so there's not a lot of good reaction time from Rippin there. He's actually gained a bit of time in the pit lane, I think. Hopes of course moves ahead of those two after not boxing. Hopes is on 13 lap old socks, so he will have to box fairly soon. Of course that will put him very far behind, unfortunately. Maybe he's going to try and hope for a safety car perhaps, I don't know. There's a big crash there. Turner spins on those new mediums. Oh, there's a big problem there between Rippin and Joe. Both as they try to look and gain on Slaz here. I don't know quite what's going on here. But, Slaz is on those fresh mediums. Oh, you don't see that very often, do you? Except from at the Italian Grand Prix with Hamilton and Verstappen, but you don't see it in game very often, that's for sure. Yeah, that's not normal. I don't think any of them have got, look at that, see? Some major connection issues there. Josh and German are staying out, German has lost a lot of time on Josh. Josh has managed to get those softs very, very well indeed around this lap. Yellow's in sector 2. Who is that? Off-Westy is DNF'd. So he is out of this race. Is that going to bring a safety car, I wonder? Because that will benefit Hype massively if it does. Although he has just started another lap, so unfortunately it might not. But I think Westy might just be in a position where it's not going to affect the course of this race. Yep, see, he's already disappeared off of the map here. He was way too far off the racing line for the safety car to even warrant coming out there. Josh might look to box now. He's got around 15-second gap between him and Hype, so there's no reason why he couldn't. Yeah, he's definitely going to come in now. German oh no, German does come in as well. German will come in. Oh, and Rippin does get ahead of German, and so does Joe. Joe and Rippin are ahead of German. German is in a big battle right now between him, his teammate, and Bijavan, but the boys have obviously Earth Tripod not being one of them, but Rippin has done a good job of trying to undercut German there. A very good job indeed for the F1ABEEZ boys in terms of pit strategy. So we're almost halfway through this race, as of course German has got the fresher tyres on Joe, but it's only 3 laps on medium, so it wouldn't be a massive difference just yet. Maybe towards the end of the race we might find a bit of a problem. Hypes is now on his fresh mediums, and he's only lost around about 13 seconds, so if the likes of Rippin and Joe can perhaps hold up German and Slaz, Hypes might be able to get back into it, as well as Bijavan here. He might have a good chance. Hypes really needs to put some laps in. Penalties wise, Hypes and Turner have got 3 seconds, so they will have a problem at the end of this race unless some others get some penalties as well. Currently everyone has stopped other than Jizzy and Earth Tripod. Jizzy is up 11 places, of course. He is from P12 to P1 after not stopping. Details, what do we want? Do we want tyres? I don't really know what we want, to be honest. I think we'll stick with that for now. Anyway, what battles have we got on track? Rippin is now 3 tenths off of Earth Tripod. Earth Tripod looks at the inside. I think he's going to let his teammate pass here. I think he is. Yes, he is. I think Earth Tripod might be coming into the pits to change his tyres because he is on those 16 lap old. Oh no, maybe he's not actually. He might go a bit longer on those mediums and try and go on softs later on. Joe has of course got DRS on him, but then Earth Tripod has as well. Well, that was a dangerous move from Slaz there. He just dived down the inside. I don't know if he was off track when he made that move, but so far he's keeping the position. The game has not told him to give it back just as yet. As Bijavan tries to compete once more, but I think his mediums are just off the mark there in terms of keeping up here. What else have we got going on? German is around about 4 tenths off of Joe. Sort of staying around 4 or 5 tenths in and around corner exit and entrance. Ripping is still here, still racing on the mediums. Everyone is on mediums now, of course. Josh has actually done quite well. He's got past his teammate Jesse, who is on those 17 lap old mediums. Him and Earth Tripod are on the exact same sort of wavelength there, both on the same amount of time on those. And Earth Tripod's in danger of a problem with Slaz, and Bijavan gets the inside line. There may have been contact between him and Slaz, but there's a nice dive there from Slaz on Earth Tripod. Of course, Earth Tripod on those older mediums could never have fought that. There's a yellow flag here. What has happened? It's Jesse who has crashed. He's still got all of his front wing, but I think those 18 lap old mediums have had a problem. Oh yes, big time, big problem. He is in the gravel now. That's his AlphaTauri counterpart going past, as well as Hypes. Jesse will probably look to come in. Maybe those mediums have got really hot after a spin, and that's causing him to spin even more. Of course, they have got that gravel residue on them currently. Oh yes, and he's gone, and he's hit the wall. Oh, and that's a big crash. Luckily not to lose a wheel there, and that would have been terminal for him, but he stays in the race for now. Joe is all over the back of German. Oh, he didn't run wide. That's his connection. Sorry, I do apologise. It's hard for me to work out if it's them or if it's just their connection, but it was just a connection for now. Slaz gets past BJ Van Lulin, so he gets up into P5. And Turner gets past Earth Tripod. Earth Tripod, of course, on those. Oh dear, and he has got spun there by Turner. That's not good at all. So that could be Earth Tripod's race finished. Back underway, but he will just stay ahead of Jack Imac there. I don't know if that was a bit. There sounded like there was contact, and then he spun. I don't know if there was a bit of tyre issue there, as well as issues with a bit of contact as well. Bijavan has got DRS on Slaz still, which is very good for him, because Slaz has still got a 2-second gap between him and Joe, who is just exiting turn 1 now. So this means Bijavan can try and keep up with Slaz and maybe cause him to run out of ERS, because as you see the red light flashing on the back of that Haas means that Slaz is low on ERS as it is. There's another DRS detection zone here, and Slaz has run out of ERS. It's less than 10%. That means that light means less than 10% of ERS left. I'll have to have a look at how much he has got. Slaz is on just under 10 now, 9-10%, but Bijavan has not got much more either. So yes. Looking further up the field, currently Josh is in a very good position for this race, with the McLaren just 2 seconds behind him, with of course a German 1.4 seconds behind that, and then Joe another 1.4 seconds behind that. So Joe is desperately trying to catch up with German, but of course Joe is on some older mediums. After I think a bit of earlier contacts between him, Westy, and another driver. I can't remember which one it was now. But Bijavan is doing very, very well in this DRS to try and keep up with Slaz. Bijavan, of course, has had those mediums on 2 laps longer. Slaz looking to go a bit aggressive with his strategy. Turner, of course, as well, is now gaining on Bijavan with a 2 lap fresher set of tyres on as well. We're now 2/3 of the way through this race. 2 sets of 11 make 22, so we are now 2/3 of the way through this race. And yes, he being Will Turner will have DRS on Bijavan here. As Jesse gets a 3 second for multiple warnings as he is on those softs. Tripod is on some set softs as well. But he is way down in 10th. So he will get the final points place. And oh, Slaz has spun. I think there was a slight spin there from Slaz, which has caused him to spin. Is it the exit of turn 1 maybe? I'll have a look at the stream to see what happened exactly. I think it was, yeah, he's really struggling, is Slaz. Yeah, right now in P7 is Slaz now. He was up fighting with Joe, but now he's right down in P7. Hypes is trying to defend from Jack. Griffin is very close to Josh now. 1.3 seconds in it, so he's managed to gain a lot of time in that last lap because it was 2 seconds. It's now only 1.3. German has also gained a bit as well. He's only 1.7 behind Riffin. Riffin is on slightly older mediums, but those mediums will last him to the end. Now there's only 9 laps to go. F Tripod now has to try and gain some time on the rest of the field, of course. And Turner almost loses it there for that little right-hander up the hill. Bijavan is slowly gaining, less than 5 tenths in it, well, around about 5.5 tenths, 6 tenths in it now. Rippin is almost in DRS detection zone here. If he can get on the gas early, which he can't quite do, is he going to get there in time? I think he might do, you know. No, not quite. Oh, that's very annoying. He is definitely within striking distance of DRS for the next way round though. Unfortunately not this time though. He's about a second now, so he will get DRS now on Josh, which will definitely help him pull himself along away from German in P3. Bijan looking at a move on Turner. They both are on 3-second penalties, I believe. Yes, they are. So this is possibly for position if they can get away from Slaz. Of course, he has no penalties currently. Is Ripping going to get DRS coming down the main straight? Gets a better exit than Josh. The delta does very much move down by about a tenth. It's sort of touch and go around that 10th mark, whether he will be able to get there or not. Oh yes, he will definitely have it. We'll rip in now on Josh. It's going to be tight actually, I say that. He will get it, he will. This is DRS for Rippin then on Josh. 8 tenths in the delta time. It is wide open for Rippin. Can he really use this effectively? Yes he can. He cuts the gap by around about 3 tenths, but he'll have to wait until the next DRS zone, which will happen now. Wow, there's a detection zone on that line, and then the next DRS zone starts now. So here we go. As he's gaining once more, it's now down to around about 6 tenths. So even smaller now for Rippin to try and catch up to Josh. There's no DRS now until the pit straight, so it's all down to clean, hard racing now. Bijan is still 5 tenths behind Turner. I saw a car there in the vision, but I think that was just Joe slowing down for that right-hander up the hill. Oh yes, and there's a little bit of late braking there from Bijan. Oh no, and he spun, and that's a crash. Oh dear. Bijan drops down now into P7, loses his front ring in the process as well. He is right now down into 10th, well, sorry, 9th, but he might be 10th very soon with AF tripod on those fresh softs. That's actually quite a big gap there between those two currently. Rippin now with the DRS managed to get it down to half a second. This could be interesting going down now into the braking zone for the next corner. It's just not quite long enough. Oh dear me, I did get a bit scared then. I thought he was going to rear end Josh there, but no, there was a bit of connection there. Six laps to go. Jezzy has left the session. I don't know if he's going to be joining back or not. Will Rippin get some DRS advantage here now? Less than 6 tenths in it. The DRS is wide open for him. Doesn't look like he's going to have enough straight. No, he is not going to have enough straight. He's fighting for the lead desperately here, trying to get Josh into the DRS zones. There's 3 tenths in it now, going into the next one. This is going to be a move here on for Rippin. But Jezzy has joined back again. The AlphaTauri is going to get lapped at this rate, is Jezzy there. The intervals have gone, but currently this is our most important battle on track, is Rippin and Josh. As you see there from Rippin's delta time, he's actually 7 tenths slower than normal than his fastest lap. So does that mean that P1's currently holding him up? But the problem is here is Josh is going to get DRS from... is he going to get it? Yeah, I think he did. He got DRS in the back marker there, which is unfortunate for Rippin, but he won't get it in the next DRS zone, so Rippin will be once again in a position to maybe make a move down into that braking zone after that DRS. DRS zone, sorry, there are a lot of zones going on in my mind there. Yeah, so DRS wide open now for Rippin as he looks to try and chase down Josh. And we see a Haas in the background as well now. German is now gaining on P1 and 2. Well, I say that. I think that was just because of the slow corner, I think. Bijan gets the fastest lap and he is in the points, so I think that does make a difference in terms of points. So he got the fastest lap, which is always good. As we look now to the DRS detection point, 0.6 seconds in it currently, as Rippin tries to get a slipstream on Josh. DRS is now open for him. 5 temps, 4 temps, 3 temps. It's very, very close in this now. Maybe a move into the next DRS zone because they are now pretty much pushing each other around corners. Josh does get a slightly better exit, but he did run wide there. That might be a warning for Josh. He definitely ran away from that white line. He might be under a bit of pressure now, perhaps from Rippin, and he might start feeling that pressure. Of course, Rippin hasn't got any penalties as of yet, so Josh could well be in trouble if he gets any more warnings. Mijovan gets another fastest lap for his troubles. So he gets the fastest lap once again, another 1:17.6. I think he might have improved by a couple of hundredths there, but still very, very good from Mijovan now. Now 3.1 seconds from Rippin to German, so Rippin is going to be faster. Well, I say that. He's going to be even faster here because he might be in with a chance. Not quite, not enough straight. When he does run a little bit wide there for his troubles as well. Josh and Turner gets a move done on Joe, but of course Joe hasn't got penalties and Turner has. So not really much need for Joe to fight that one as much as he would like to. Of course they are racing drivers, they want to be ahead of the person, but at the end of the day, if a penalty is going to put them back, it doesn't really matter too much on track. Always good to win on track though, in case you get a penalty as well, of course. But currently Joe is still sat behind Turner. Will Rippin be able to catch up with Josh? Mijovan gets past tripod there. Josh seems to be finding some better pace in a certain sector, and I can't work out which one it is. I think it might be the middle sector, where he seems to just gap Rippin just enough to stay ahead in the DRS zone. And Rippin, it gets, look how close he gets. He gets right up to the back of Josh, but has to back out of the move because there's no way he can make that happen. Look at this, very, very close. Josh almost loses it there actually, I think. And he almost goes right wide again there, does Josh. He must have just kept his front wheel on the line. Josh is definitely under pressure now from Rippin. McLaren versus Red Bull here in the last 2 laps of this race. Has Rippin got enough to get him into turn 1? It's around about 5.5 temps. Oh, it's going to be tight. It's back up to 6 temps now. Coming into the final lap of this race, has Rippin got what it takes to get past Josh? Now 3 temps. Will Rippin get that final move? Ooh, he looked at a fake move there, I think, but didn't make it happen. He didn't want that to happen there, I don't think. That's the final DRS zone, so unless Rippin can get ahead of him on track without the use of DRS, that would be the question. Josh has had a brilliant race. His strategy has worked perfectly for him. Rippin, unfortunately, not managing to get his race that he wanted, which was P1, but he gets P2 by the look of things for now. As they come around the last final few corners, Could it be a drag race to the finish here if Rippin gets a better exit than Josh? It doesn't look like it. I think that could be it for this race. Josh is going to be getting P1 and P2 is going to go to Rippin. Great race from those two, nice little battle as German goes P3, Turner goes P4, but that will be removed by Joe Pilkey, who gets P4, Turner drops down to P5, Slaz gets P6, P7 will go to Hypes, P8 will go to Jack. Now we have to wait for Beejavan and Earth Tripod, or is Beejavan going to get to race? Earth Tripod has finished in P10, 11 is Jezzy, and P12 goes to Off Westy, who did not finish. We watch the final car come round now, which is the McLaren of Beejavan Li Yuwen. He comes round the final corner now. Of course, you see the the Mercedes of Hype's car as, of course, Slaz slowed down on the straight and Hype's had to crash into him. And that is it. So the McLaren crosses the line. That is it, I think. Joe Pilkey gets driver of the day according to Codemasters. So he gets Codemasters driver of the day. As we see the podium. Podium celebrations here as we see Josh win. P2 was Crippen and P3 was German. So that is your final standings then. I've been through them once, so I will not have to go through them again. That is your time differences. So it was only around about 3/10 between Rippin and Josh at the end there. German obviously 4 seconds behind, and Earth Tripod and Jezzy of course got lapped, and Beejavan almost got lapped but not quite. So that is your final standings. Let's just have a look at how many warnings Josh got. Did he get any? He surely got one, right? Did he get one? No, he did not. Wow, great race from Josh. No warnings at all. No warnings for Josh there. Great race from Ace Racing. Well done for the win. And that is the end of the stream. Thank you very much. It's been Azza. Thank you for watching.